woke up a little bit ago. Didn't sleep much because I wanted to go to sleep at like 5 in the morning, or actually after 5. And I needed to wake up somewhat earlier than I usually wake up because I need to go to GameStop right when they open to see if they have the Switch 2. Yes, I'm wearing the red shirt. As you know, won't ever stop. We're at Wendy's. Got a biggie bag. Not on purpose, but I'm okay with it because I meant to get breakfast, but they're not in breakfast anymore. And so it didn't let me order it.
Say it was really good.
She's trying the really dangerous tacky one. What's this song? Okay, we're gonna make our way now towards the GameStop. I think it's, I don't know what time it is. It's like 11 something and they open at 12. So we gotta get there and we gotta get there soon. So we're on our way. Fuck, it's raining. How am I supposed to wait outside in the rain? Chat, let me know. As you can see, we're at the GameStop. It hasn't opened yet and there's no one outside. So I guess that could either mean that they actually don't have anything in stock or that no one's here to get a Switch. So maybe I'll be lucky. We went to a card shop and she got this thing.
I didn't get shit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there was none in stock. They fucking lied to me. So we're gonna go to Target. There's a Target right next door. We're gonna see if maybe the Target has. Okay, we're at the freaking Target. There's a guy. Chat. I kept calling places. We were on the way to a GameStop, right? Mm-hmm. I kept calling places. None of them were answering. Some of them were. I freaking called this Walmart. That's like 13 minutes away. And I'm like, hey, you guys have any Switch 2? And the lady was like, yeah. Every place said they didn't have. So we're on our way there. And I was so excited that I even told her. I said, okay, I'm on my way. I'm on my way right now. Because I was excited. And she did start speaking after, but I hung up like way too early. So maybe there is a chance that she actually said, oh, never mind, actually. Lady that called me, if I see her and if there's no Switch, I'm gonna do something bad.
Oh, that's no.
I actually look so stupid in that clip. Let me just say, I know the whole bit is that I'm wearing the same shirt every time, the same red shirt. But it's starting to catch up to me. Like the bit is starting to not be really funny to me because every time, for whatever reason, every time I go to that Walmart, that's when I'm recording. So I'm just thinking about the fact that I'm pulling up to that Walmart every time wearing the same exact thing every time. And also I just look stupid because like I'm rushing as if this is like the Hunger Games and everybody's like congregating to the electronics section because everybody needs to get their weapons. That's literally what it feels like.
Maybe they have in the back.
Guess who got a Switch 2? Let's just say walking through the Walmart with this in my hand felt like I was in the Hunger Games. Like I didn't know if I was gonna survive. Thank you, Nintendo and Walmart for providing. I'm home. Look what I have with me. Yay! So it's time to open this up. But first, or as I do this, I'm gonna give you guys a little peer into what consoles I've owned in the past. So since I moved here from Cuba to the United States, I had a PS2. Played a lot of Sonic, Heroes, Crash Bandicoot, a SpongeBob game, other stuff. Uh-oh, I think I opened it the wrong way. Then at some point we got the PS4. I think when it came out, so like probably around 2013. Then in 2020 was a mission because I wanted to get a Switch because of Animal Crossing and the Pokemon games, but it was impossible to find. If you know, you know, because 2020, it was a hard time if you wanted to get a Switch. However, I got a Switch Lite, which I didn't originally want. I just wanted the regular Switch. Holy crap, it's huge. I just wanted the regular Switch, and there was no way to find it. It was impossible. It was 2020, impossible to find it. So I got the Lite in 2020, and then I got a regular Switch like a couple months after. It was still so hard to find it. I got like literally the last one available at Target. The cords, the HDMI, and the little mouse things. The last console I've had before this one, or at least like, I'm not counting handheld consoles, was the regular Switch. I have my personal grievances with this console stuff that my mind hasn't been changed on, that I don't appreciate. But for the most part, it got me. I gotta admit, they got me. Here's a little brick and the charger itself. So that's all that's in the box. The screen is huge. I'm scared to take it out. Woo. Little comparison. Oh my god. That is wild. Ignore the fingerprints on my old Switch. But wow. Joy-Con number 1. Ooh, it feels nice. I like the matte texture. I thought it would be softer for some reason. I don't know why. It just gives that impression when you see it. It just feels like it would look softer. But the matte is not, I don't know. It's a nice feeling. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Wow, chat. So what I'm scared of is having to transfer the data, especially my Animal Crossing. Like, even though I don't really play it, I still get scared. I've had like nightmares of losing my Animal Crossing island. And I had to transfer it once before from my Switch Lite to my Switch 2, or my Switch 1. I'm gonna do the process of transferring this into this. Wish me luck. I already got a bunch of fingerprints on it, so please forgive me. But turning it on for the first time. Never mind, cut the camera. It's time. Ignore the reflection. Wow, future me here. I just want to say the next part of this video is literally just me talking my freaking ass off because I just can't manage to not talk. I just can't help but talk. I cut a lot of it out, so it's a little bit incoherent, but please enjoy. Hello. It's been a few days since I recorded that last clip because I wanted just to make sure I used the console before talking about it further. Also, I thought about this setup with the screen behind me showing Mario Kart World footage. However, I did realize that that wouldn't work out because the option is either it looks like this or it looks like this. Let me know which one you guys prefer. If you want me to look really dark or if you want me to look bright. This is my sister's OLED. Okay, this is like a horrible angle. Okay, I feel like this is a little bit better. Although the screen is still like flashbanging me, but so here's her OLED. The screen is obviously bigger than the regular Switch. This is my Switch that I will be selling. It has a screen protector on it that is cracked, so ignore the crack. But as you can see, there's a pretty big difference between these two. This one is like $100 more, or wait, no, sorry, $50 more than this one. This one's $300, this one's $350. It's slightly bigger. Everything else is the same except like the volume is different, the kickstands and the back are different, and the screen is obviously an OLED, OLED, and this one is just LCD. But here's the difference between my Switch, so you can see the sort of evolution between these two. It's a pretty big upgrade. So it's been about almost 5 years since I've had the Switch, and I still think it has a lot of life left. I think it could survive for literally like 5 years longer. I treated that console very nicely, and there were a lot of moments where I just didn't fully use it. So I think that's why it's still such in good condition. That's why, editor, cut that out. That's why it's in such good condition. I thought it was time for an upgrade. What originally I wanted to do was to just buy new little Joy-Cons to replace these, because they don't have a like stick drift in the way that people talk about it, where like it'll just start moving kind of on its own. It just is hard to move. And there are like quick fixes, like literally just using an alcohol wipe or something under it, it fixes it for a little bit, and that's what I've been doing. But it's just so annoying that I was just like, I'm gonna replace these Joy-Cons. They're $80. Why would I want to pay $80 for Joy-Cons when I feel like I could get a better just deal by upgrading? So then that's when I started considering buying an OLED. Again, this is my sister's OLED, it is not mine. That's when I started considering buying an OLED, because I needed an upgrade, or I wanted an upgrade. I didn't really need an upgrade, but I wanted an upgrade, and that's what I thought. Coincidentally, around the same time, the Switch 2 was popping up. I think by the time I wanted to upgrade it, it was either already out or it was like about to be released. While I was thinking about getting the OLED, the thought did pop up into my head. I was like, what if I just buy the Switch 2? And let me just say, I was a little bit of a hater. I'm gonna admit, I was a little bit of a hater of the Switch. A portion of it was a lot of misinformation online, and everyone is still very divided on it. Why does that keep turning black? Always seeing people like crazy. They hate the Switch 2. And then a lot of people on the other hand that are like, you guys are just freaking annoying. Like, the Switch 2 is freaking goated. I'm somewhere in the middle where I don't think we should be hyping up these like corporations for just doing the bare minimum. But I also think there was a lot of misinformation around the Switch 2 that I came to realize over the time while I was researching the Switches and if I was going to spend the money for it to the upgrade or not. And in all honesty, if it bothers me that much, I can just not buy the game. Just not buy the game. The Express card, the Express SD card, whatever. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. I mean, I get more storage with the Switch itself. It has like, I think 250 gigs on it already, so I'm not too annoyed by it. Like, I don't need an SD card at the moment, but it is annoying that your old SD card doesn't work on it. Also, it's not an OLED screen, and that kind of bothers me a little bit, because I know what they're doing. I know they're gonna pull up with an OLED Switch 2 eventually, and then it's gonna make me sad, because then it's gonna be like me with this one, where I got this and then I was like, wait, I kind of want the OLED. But I saved up the money for it, and let me just say, guys, you saw it in the video. We got the last one at the Walmart. I was calling literally every single store in the area, because I called GameStop like a couple days ago. They told me, Monday, we will restock. Likely, we will restock. So I pulled up on Monday thinking they were going to have some. And the guy in front of us, who entered at the same time we did, which was literally when the store opened, was asking the employee, and the employee was like, yes or no. We were actually restocked 2 days ago. So we just got the date wrong. It's not their fault. Obviously, like, this whole thing is not their fault. So no shade to them. But anyways, I called every place, hoping and praying. I also went to the Target next to the GameStop. Literally nothing there. I eventually had called a Walmart. I asked the lady, do you guys have any Switch 2 in stock by any chance? I'm immediately thinking she's going to say, no, we don't. She says, yes, we do. I was so excited that I didn't even ask, like, how many do you guys have in stock? I literally just said, I'm on my way. I'm on my way right now. I'm on my way now. And I was literally telling my sister, because my sister was driving, and I was like, turn right now. I was like literally still on the phone with her. I'm like, turn. I've been enjoying my day with Pokemon Violet, which I played through on my old Switch, and I like the game. I know it has a lot of issues with it. This fixes some sort of issues with the frame rate, and it just runs so much smoother. It's so much nicer to look at, especially just because I'm upgrading from that small of a screen to this huge iPad looking thing. So it's good in that sense. And I've been just shiny hunting. Like, that's been what I've been spending my day on. I've been doing that. So Mario Kart World. The truth is, I had no intention on buying the Switch 2 that brought the game with it, because it's another extra $50. And I'm not that big into Mario Kart. Like, I have Mario Kart 8, and I like played through it trying to get first place in every course on like the 150cc one. It doesn't really grab me unless you're in a social setting. However, the only one they had in stock was the one with Mario, and I had a feeling that that would happen. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna do it. Either way, the game is normally like $80. If I don't, the video ended. That guy's just gonna be in the back. I'm just letting you know. They're gonna be in the back. Just please don't look at them. But after playing Mario Kart World, I'm gonna give them credit. It kind of surpassed my expectations. Why? Not because of the open world. I actually think it's kind of boring. Because of the outfits. Unlocking the outfits. That actually gives you an incentive to play. The stickers too, maybe not as much, but unlocking the characters and unlocking their outfits actually gives you an incentive to play. And me and my sister have been nonstop just on it, playing, trying to get all those freaking outfits. We haven't gotten them all yet, but we've made a lot of progress. However, I'm thinking after I get all the outfits, am I really gonna return to the game? Probably not, but it's still cool and it's fun to play in a social setting, so it's a Mario Kart game. Anyways, that's kind of it. I'm really excited for Pokemon AZ, Legends AZ. I'm looking forward to that game, and I'm also looking forward to Sonic Racing Crossroads. It has everything I want. Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Sonic, literally everything. Everything I like. I'm excited for that. I care more about that than I care about Mario Kart World or whatever. That's the game I'm excited for. So when that comes out, I'm gonna be the first one to get it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did sort of just start yapping at the end. I apologize. It was supposed to be a vlog. If you want me to make an updated version of this video where I talk about what I've done with my Switch 2 since the time I've gotten it, just a more extended version, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.